Hello everyone, this is Income Tax Revision Class 4. Today we are going to see problem on long-term capital gain. Last class we have seen format on how to calculate long-term capital gain. This time we will be seeing some sums. Let us start solving. First I will read out the sum. Rahul gives you following details relating to jewellery. Compute capital gain for the previous year 2018-19. Here we are given date of purchase, that is on 16/1/2001. Cost of purchase of capital asset is also given to us, that is 4 lakh. Then cost of improvement of the asset which is done in the year 2000 and 2001. Cost of improvement done in the year 2009-10 is given. Fair market value of asset as on 1/4/2001. Sale proceeds on 12/12/2018. Selling expenses are given and also the CII for different years are given in the sum. Now let us start solving this sum on long-term capital gain. How long-term capital gain is calculated? First value that we take is full value of consideration. Full value of consideration is nothing but the amount at which the capital asset is sold. What amount this capital asset is sold? That is sale proceeds on 12/12/2018 is 20,47,700. 20,47,700 is the amount at which the capital asset is sold. So full value of consideration is 20,47,700. From this we need to deduct selling expenses. Just check what are the selling expenses given. Selling expenses are 10,000. So deduct 10,000 rupees from full value of consideration, that is 20,47,700 minus 10,000 is 20,37,700. Moving to next, the balance of this remaining is known as net consideration. From net consideration, we need to deduct now indexed cost of acquisition. How index cost of acquisition is calculated? Let us see. Indexed cost of acquisition. The formula is cost of acquisition into CII for the year of transfer upon CII for the year of purchase. Index cost of acquisition is cost of acquisition. Cost of acquisition given to us is 4 lakh. But when is the asset purchased? The asset is purchased on 6/1/2000, which is before the base year. Our base year is 2001-2002. That means 1/4/2001 to 31st March 2002. But the asset is purchased before the base year. What we have learned? if the asset is purchased before the base year or before 1/4/2001, fair market value of the same asset as on 1/4/2001 is taken. So, fair market value of the same asset as on 1/4/2001 is 5 lakh. So, instead of taking 4 lakh rupees, we are taking 5 lakh as the asset is purchased before the base year. So, index cost of acquisition is equal to cost of acquisition 5 lakh into CII for the year of transfer. The capital asset is transferred in the previous year 2018-19. What is the CII during year 18-19 given in the sum? 280. 5 lakh into 280 upon CII for the year of purchase. When is the asset purchased? 1/4/2000. For year 1/4/2000 we don't have any indexation. Therefore, we have to take indexation for base year 2001-2, that is 100. So 5 lakh into 280 upon 100, we arrive to value 14 lakh. So our indexed cost of acquisition is 14 lakh. Let us take 14 lakh, 20 lakh 37,700 minus 14 lakh, we arrive to a balance 6 lakh 37,700. Now, second item that we need to deduct is indexed cost of improvement. Less, this is A and B, indexed cost of improvement is how do we calculate indexed cost of improvement? Indexed cost of improvement is calculated as cost of improvement into CII for the year of transfer upon CII for the year where the improvement is taken place. CII for the year of improvement. In previous class, we have studied one important note on cost of improvement. That is, if any improvement taken place for capital asset before 1/4/2001, that cost of improvement will not be considered while calculating capital gain. Similarly, if any improvement for capital asset is taken place after 1/4/2001, then that amount can be considered for calculation of capital gain. Here, in this sum, we are given two improvements. Cost of improvement in the year 2000 and 2001, which is before the base year. So, any improvement taken place before the base year will not be considered while computing capital gain. And cost of improvement taken place after 1/4/2001 will be taken while calculating capital gain, that is long-term capital gain. So this is done in the year 2009-10. So only one cost of improvement we can take, which is done after 1/4/2001. So let us take cost of improvement is 1,48,000 into CII for the year of transfer. As the transfer is done in the previous year 2018-19, it is 280 upon CII for the year of improvement. The improvement is done in the year 2009-10. So the CII for the year 9-10 is 148. 1000 into 280, we arrive to the answer 2,80,000. Therefore, index cost of improvement is 2,80,000. I hope this part is clear to you all. From net consideration, we are deducting first index cost of acquisition. To calculate index cost of acquisition, we have made use of this formula. And then we have calculated index cost of improvement. To calculate it, we have made use of index cost of improvement formula, and we have put the values into the format. Now 6,37,700 minus 2,80,000, we arrive to answer 3,57,700. Right? This answer is known as gross long-term capital gain. From gross long-term capital gain, we need to deduct exemptions under section 54. Exemptions under section 54. What is the name of assessee? Mr. Rahul. Rahul, after selling the jewellery, he has not invested the money in any of the asset, nor he has deposited in any scheme. Therefore, he cannot claim exemption under section 54. So, exemption under section 54 is nil. Therefore, our gross long-term capital gain itself is our net long-term capital gain. That is 3,57,700 is net long-term capital gain. So today's class we have seen a problem on long-term capital gain, wherein you are given adjustment regarding cost of acquisition as well as cost of improvement. And what important points that we have revised in this class: any asset purchased before the base year, that is before 1/4/2001, in that case, instead of taking the original cost as cost of acquisition, we need to take fair market value of the asset as on 1/4/2001 as cost of acquisition. And second one is, any improvement that is taken place for any asset before the base year, that is before 1/4/2001, will not be considered while computing long-term capital gain. So next class we'll see with 15 marks problems on long-term capital gain. Okay.